I'm Oliver Lauenstein. I received my degree yesterday, although I already graduated last year in 2020 from the Executive Master of Public Administration program, and I work for the Federal Ministry of Labour and Social Affairs as a policy officer. I might be a bit of an oddball here because most people who do an EMPA are already having a career and have some academic degree. I already have a PhD in political psychology, so why pursue another degree? I did it because it offered skills that I did not have with my psychology background, but that would be very helpful to work in the public sector. Hertie School is literally around the corner from where I work, so I could walk out of my office and walk into a course. It's convenient. I mean, with being located in Berlin, it's at a very centrally reachable place. But also because I have heard before that Hertie is one of the key places in Germany if you want to study anything surrounding policy analysis in the public sector. The skills I learned and the people I met and all of that gets incorporated into my everyday work. So there's some policy analysis, there's some tools I learned along my degree that I'm including in some of my work projects. All the courses include a fireside chat. While the location changed throughout the degree, so we had less of a literal fireside and it was more sort of sitting together in class. There was always interesting people there, and it was always nice sitting with the people you met throughout your degree, but also some interesting and important figure talking about in a very relaxed setting about their work life, and then sometimes afterwards just also connecting with your fellow students. Those are some of the fondest memories. The connections we make. Both the personal connections, I think through my EMPA, because it's international, I've met people I would have otherwise never encountered in my life. And while not all of them are relevant to me professionally, some of them work in very different fields, it was always very enriching to have people from around the globe with all sorts of different backgrounds. Two of them, and both of them not classes but workshops actually. One of them was the Strategic Foresight workshop we had, because that introduced a method to me that I've never known about before, and that immediately had me very engaged and excited, and I still sort of dabble in foresight every once in a while, so that definitely sparked a fire. And the other one was the workshop in London. It was very interesting to be able to visit an administration in a different country, talk to civil servants there, talk about change in the civil service, and talk to think tanks and NGOs. So that was very clearly a great experience. Berlin is big. Well, that's not really a tip, but it will have almost every infrastructure and almost every kind of support group or system that you might need. I mean, there could be many things said about finding a flat or finding a job, but I'd say the first step towards that might actually be finding people who know their way around town and who can support you in things, and Berlin has plenty of them. And for every hobby you might have or for every interest you have, there will be spaces in Berlin where you can meet those people. Or for every background you have, there will be support groups, there will be people with similar ideas and also new ideas where you can explore things and discover new fields or discover new hobbies. And that, I would say, is one of the things you can do in Berlin quite easily that other cities might not offer quite as readily. And at the same time, you can sometimes just hole up in your own keets and don't have to deal with the big city and sort of know that Berlin is at your fingertips, but you don't have to experience all of it at once.